Hello, my name is Jason Miller, founder of ServiceNow Solutions, and we're about to unlock the power of ServiceNow. Want to thank all 359 subscribers. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. We're up to over 9,000 views and I believe over 31,000 minutes watched. So once again, thank you. Today, we are going to complete the final chapter in guided tours. So if you recall, segment one, we talked about how to create them, also the pitfalls that you can experience. I made a lot of mistakes when I was creating them. And then next two, I fixed the mistakes incrementally. And then today, we're just going to top it off. And I'm going to do two last things, so it shouldn't be too long of a segment. So just to review, this page below here, I'm sorry, let me back up. I typed in ED space tour to get here, and I clicked on guided tours. Then this nice little table shows up here. Then if we were to click on one of these, so I clicked on SLA information. I held down Command and then clicked on it. That way it would bring it up in a separate tab. And that brings us here to the SLA information tab. And I did note in the previous couple of segments, and just to review, that if we wanted to go and edit the tour, we would hit Edit with Designer. Then it would bring us to a different screen. But before we do that, I just wanted to note that, just review this, that the name is different than the order. And also I added this content column because I found it helped me out, because we had all these comments put in here, and it was kind of tough for me to figure out, just by looking at this stuff right here, these columns, which step was which. And I just, after looking at it a couple of different times and going through the motions, I will say this. In this screen, I probably wouldn't do too much other than just review. My preference is definitely to do the drag and drop. So in the designer, I think that's probably where I would suggest making all your changes, which is what we're going to do. And I'll show you why also, is because if you were to click on step one, for example, one thing I wanted to note was, I think I talked about this last time, that the placement has all of these selected, or excuse me, all these available. So placement is right here. So you could easily make a mistake if it doesn't fit on that section of the page. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. Then if we were to go to the Actions tab, the action events, all of them are available. So I believe there's about 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 we have here. Now if we go to step one in the designer, I'll just click on number one, and we'll see here that only below or to the right are available. So that's one issue right there. And then if we look here, we have, let's see here, about 5 of these actions that are available. So really the filtering process is happening here in the designer. So one thing I did was I made another mistake. And I said, you know what, I found a couple of these that were out of order, and you can tell which ones they are because of the difference in the highlighting. So here you have kind of like this gray white, and then here you have this, I guess it's a gray black or gray white. So what we want to do is just reorder these, and it's even telling us right here, like when I hover over it, not found in current view. And that's colossal for the user experience, because the user's going to say, okay, when they get to that step, they're not going to see it on the form, because start condition is the tab that displays on this particular form, but it's really in the reset condition. So what we want to do is we'll probably just move it down here and then here. Excuse me, I'm going to move it up a little bit. And let's see here. And one thing that we need to do is, sorry about that. Am I having difficulty here? I think I am. Okay, there we go. We got it all. So click on the reset condition is the note that I put in here. So that way it takes them to the tab. And I could even say, for this one, click on the link. Oh, excuse me. You know what? I didn't have that one right. So if I wanted to prompt them to move over to the tab, I need to tell them in this step, click on the reset condition tab. Otherwise, the tour will cease and then they'll be confused. So we don't want that to happen. And we'll notice here that these three maintain that different color, or excuse me, didn't maintain, but they changed to that different color scheme. So when we go back to start, then these two will go back to the different color scheme. So now we have everything lined up nicely, and we can hit play, And before we do that, I wanted to mention that Valiant Solutions was nice enough to become one of the platinum sponsors. They're the first one to become a sponsor, and they also are a platinum sponsor. And if your organization is looking to sponsor Aspen Now, really appreciate it. The rates are extremely reasonable, and I will send you a proposal deck. And I think you'll find there's a lot of advantages to being a sponsor. Also, if you are a candidate looking for employment, feel free to send me your resume. And if you're a recruiter that's looking for talent, you can inquire. I have probably at least, I think, 10 resumes that have been sent to me. So moving back to our topic for today, if we hit play now, it will bring us right to the form. And I think we talked about this last time. I'm not really going to go through the motions. And also we configured auto launch. So if you didn't see that first video on how to configure auto launch, you're going to refer back to that video. One other thing that we could do is if we wanted to send the link out to our users, we'll see here the URL has been copied. So what I can do is just plug it in here. And we'll see, voila, our form comes up. And because auto launch is enabled, it will start the tour in just a second. My apologies that the connection is kind of slow. So today I just wanted to show you those couple things that in the list, the selections are not going to be filtered out. We reordered a couple of the items in the designer. And then also we were able to copy the link for the guided tour for our users. My name is Jason Miller, founder of Aspen Now Solutions, and we've just unlocked the power of ServiceNow. Thank you and have a great day. Oh, please subscribe.